very, very welcome to the Scientology Community Centre here in Firhouse in Tala in Dublin, in the island of Ireland. And we're going to have a bit of entertainment here tonight. This is the first of many broadcasts that we're going to do. And we're broadcasting across several social media pages. And my name is Stephen Leeson. As I said, this is the first time. The show is going to consist of, we're going to do a few words with the entertainer that we have on tonight, which you're going to have to look forward to. I have a few words with him. He's going to entertain for a few songs or so. A few more words maybe about the songs, and then we'll get him to sing some more, and then we'll maybe have a bit of an interview coming towards the end of it. So I do hope you enjoy yourself. If you like what you hear, please do click like, share, comment away if you like, and tag a friend. Sure, why not? It's going to be a bit of crack, and it's our first time doing this, so we're looking forward to ourselves. I'm going to introduce you. I have written down, this is the man's own words. He said he's been playing for the last 20 years as a professional singer, entertainer, writer, actor, performer. He's hugely grateful for being forced to dismount the merry-go-round of late nights, long drives and alcohol-centred entertainment. That'll be typical of the entertainment business, of course, the way it used to be anyway. Now in the transitioning phase, he is digitally upskilled and is creating what he calls an image track to accompany his one-man multimedia homage, Under the Influence of Leonard Cohen, featuring songs and poetry from the late and great poet, writer, musician and performer, which will be touring Irish theatres and cultural venues nationwide. Will you please welcome Mr. Finbar Coady. How are you, Finbar?
I'm good, Stephen. And you?
You did it.
So, how are you? I nearly shoot your hands there.
Yeah, I know.
At least you've committed.
Yeah. So it's our first time doing this here today ourselves, and you're the first guest that we're having on live, so we're looking forward to seeing what we're going to do. So what can we expect from yourself? Give us an idea, give the audience an idea what you're going to do for us.
Well, it's Friday, so I thought we'd start out with something nice and up-tempo, classic bit of big band swing to start with.
Well, great.
And we'll see then where we go after that. Of course, I'll do a bit of Leonard Cohen, and maybe finish off with some Frank Sinatra or something.
So you're going to start off with the show band kind of stuff?
I'm going to start off with big band swing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You seem ready for it and in good form.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Yeah, it's lovely to be, but thanks for asking me.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It's lovely to be on stage. It's lovely to be here in a great auditorium full of a fabulous crew and great PA system. So, yeah.
Will we give it a blast?
Can I sing?
More of it? Yeah, I think we'll let you sing.
Okay, then.
I'll leave you to it from Look,
brilliant.
Talk to you in a bit.
Thank you. I need my hat for this one. Son, going to start out with a song. It's that this song always grounds me. I find it reminds me not to take life or any of the things that happen or any of the people in it or myself too seriously, because it comes, it goes, it's high, it's low, and you just try and stay on the surfboard. Levante. Maybe you could bring it up. Woo! That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May, and I know I'm gonna change that tune when I'm back on top in June. And I say that's life.
That's life.
And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on your dream. Yeah, but I ain't gonna let it bring me down, 'cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing. Each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I'll just pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life.
That's life.
And I can't deny it. Too many times I thought of quitting, baby, but my heart ain't gonna buy it. Yeah, but if there's nothing shaking come this July, well, I'll jump right on a big bird and then I'd fly. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, yeah. And I know one thing, each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I just pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life, that's life, and I can't deny it. Too many times I thought of quitting, baby, but my heart ain't gonna buy it. Yeah, and if there's nothing shaking come this July, I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and die. My mind. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're very kind. That was Mr. Sinatra's comeback hit. He'd retired in the 60s, and when he came back in about 68, that was his first number one. I'm going to do a Bobby Darin song now. It was originally a German song, I think. And it was covered by Sinatra. It was covered by all the Rat Pack, but it was a Bobby Darin song. It's called Mac the Knife. Hit it, Levante, please. It's for all the bad boys and all the girls who like the bad boys. Oh, the shark babe has such pretty teeth, dear, and he shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old Mac Heath, babe, and he keeps it out of sight. When a shark bites with its teeth, dear, scarlet billows, it begins to spread. Fancy white gloves, though, has old Mac Heath, babe. So there is never a trace of red. On a sidewalk, Sunday morning, lies a body just oozing life. And somebody's sneaking around the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? There's a tugboat down by the river, don't you know, with a cement bag just a drooping on down. Whoa, and that cement, dear, it's just there for the weight, dear. 5 will get you 10. That's 2 to 1 in Paddy Powers. Mackie is back in town. Now, Jenny Diver. Ooh, Jenny. Ooh, Suki Tawdry. Look out for Miss Lottalinia. Yeah, and Lucy Brown. Whoa, the line forms on the right, babe. Now that Mackie, oh, Mackie is back in town. Woo! Jenny Diver. Hey, Jenny. Ooh, Suki Tawdry. And look out for Miss Lottalinia. Yeah, and Lucy Brown. Well, the line falls on the right, babe. Now that Mackie, he's back in town. Yeah, Jenny, Suki, Lotta, Adrienne, and Lucy. Well, the line falls on the right, babe. Now that Mackie, he's back in town. Look out, old Mackie is back. Woo! Thank you very much. Happy Friday. Welcome to the weekend. So, keeping it big band, keeping it swing. This next song, I've heard Willie Nelson do a beautiful version. Sinatra's version is nice, but for me, the definitive version is Harry Connick Jr.'s. It's, I think it was used in When Harry Met Sally, but I just love it. I love the groove on it. So, Levante, can we do it, please? Bring the volume up on it. It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, or even be glad just to be sad, thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Hit it, man! Woo! She's saying, what faults are these exactly? Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all of your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Woo! Thank you very much. It had to be you. So, I'm going to do one more big band swing number. This next one always puts me somewhere in a frame of mind between James Bond and James Brown. Michael Bublé is responsible for this version of it, and his musical team. But it was written by Nina Simone. The Pussycat Dolls covered it along the way. Not that I'd be up late at night watching Pussycat Dolls videos. I really need to stress that again. I saw it once. Long time ago, but it impressed me deeply, lyrically. So can we have plenty of volume on the track, please? Thanks, Levante. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. And breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. Rivers running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. Yeah, for me. Woo! Woo! Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. And freedom is mine, yeah, I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling good. I've been doing yoga, I've been out in the garden, doing lots of walking, hanging out with my kids. Feeling good. Thank you.
For a minute, we have to stay.
We're staying here, okay, yeah.
Hope you are all enjoying yourselves, lads. This is my first time seeing a live show in over a year. We were only talking about that myself and Finbar before the gig tonight. We were just saying how we never get to see anybody performing or playing anywhere. It's a sad state of affairs, apart from seeing it online. But thanks to everybody tuning in that we get to perform. How's it going so far for you?
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, as a singer, like usually we have to leave our house hours beforehand, load the car, make sure we remember everything, get to the venue, be the tour manager, be the business manager, be the performer.
Now you're talking.
And then reverse it all and get home in one piece, you know. So it's so lovely to come and just be minded and be allowed to perform.
So what about your choice of songs so far? Are they your favourite kind of songs that you've just sang there now? Because they're really something else. That's my first time. I've listened to you over the last few days just because I was looking forward to the night and getting in the mood for myself. But to see it live for anyone out there when you're sitting there watching, it's unreal what you're doing. Like, and it was brilliant. So why them songs are they your favourite ones?
Well, I was just thinking about the occasion. I've always loved big band swing. I've you know, since I was a kid, when friends of mine were into punk, I was listening to swing, you know.
Right.
And it's feel good music, and there's enough of misery. Like, we're specifically not mentioning the C word.
Just your real
and
isn't it?
This is like, you know, think about nice things and
What
taking off on the groove, and they're beautiful. Like, they're beautiful arrangements and they're beautiful lyrics.
And you changed your music a little bit as you were on the road. You told me before, and you're the next couple of songs. I think you're going to go into a bit of Leonard Cohen. Is that what you're going to give a blast to go?
Yeah, well, over the years, like, I started out like yourself doing ballads, and it just morphed into this and into that. And about 10 years ago, I kind of came off the guitar and went on the backing tracks and started doing Sinatra, and that morphed into more and more stuff. And about 2 years ago, Leonard Cohen came into my head.
Yeah.
Like, I was never a fan. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing the name Leonard Cohen inside my head. I'm hearing a man's voice saying Leonard Cohen. And I'm like, okay, I better check out Leonard Cohen. So I hooked up to his Live in London concert.
Yeah.
And it just blew me away. I was like, this man was 75 or 77 years old, going back on the road after years because he was broke. And amazing songs, and it's a whole different vibe. It's melancholic music. It's emotional music.
I'm looking forward to it. Will we give it a blast, and then we'll talk about it a bit more? Is that? Yeah,
give it a
absolutely.
blast.
Here. Fair play.
Take off my
Get
clothes.
there. Finbar Coady. Okay, you get yourself ready. We go again. Whoa.
Catch me undressing, yeah. I find that the normal type of guitar strap, it just really doesn't do that with the suits, Destroys the line on the suit, so I should be getting sponsorship deal for this. I gave you halves, right? Put you down for a cut on it. Oh. Can I have a bit of guitar in the... There we go. Sheeny. Paul is strong. Is that okay like that? Okay. So, this is a song called Dance Me to the End of Love. And it was partly inspired. No, I'm not going to tell you that because it's sad. Dance Me to the End of Love. Just take it as it is. Okay, Levante. Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch, be my homeward dove, and dance me to the end of love, and dance me to the end of love. Let me see your beauty when the witnesses have gone. Let me feel you moving like they do in Babylon. Show me slowly what I only know the limits of, and dance me to the end of love, and dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the wedding now, dance me on and on. Dance me very tenderly and dance dance me very long. Show me slowly what I only know the limits of, and dance me to the end of love, and dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the children who are asking to be born. Dance me through the curtains that our kisses have outworn. Let's raise a tent of shelter now, though every thread is torn, and dance me to the end of love. All together now. La 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 Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Touch me with your naked hand, touch me with your glove, and dance me to the end of love, and dance me to the end of love, and dance me to the end of love. Thank you. Thank you. You're so kind. I commented on this before, but playing in a 1,056-seater auditorium when there's just the crew here is such a bizarre experience. But I'm loving it. The crew are so good. This is a song that Leonard wrote for his second major muse in his life, a lady called Marianne. And they met on the Greek island of Hydra, and they spent a few years together, and then Leonard drifted off, and he wrote this song for her. And then 50 years later, Marianne was dying, and Leonard was not too far behind her. And he wrote her a beautiful letter that she received just before she died. So here's the song, and I'll try and incorporate the letter. It's called So Long, Marianne. Won't you come over to the window, my little darling? I'd like to try to read your palm. I used to think that I was some kind of gypsy boy before I let you take me home. And so long, Marianne, it's time that we began to laugh and cry and cry and laugh about it all again. Oh, you know that I really love to live with you, and you make me forget so very much. I forget to pray for the angel, and then the angel angels forget to pray for us. And so long, Mary Ann, it's time that we began to laugh and cry and cry and laugh about it all again. Yeah, we met when we were almost young, deep in the green lilac park. I held on to you like I was some kind of crucifix as we went kneeling through the dark. And so long, Mary Ann, it's time that we began to laugh and cry and cry and laugh about it all again. Yeah, for now, I need your hidden love. I'm cold as a new razor blade, and you left when I told you I was curious. I never said that I was brave. And so long, Mary Ann, it's time that we began to laugh and cry and cry and laugh about it all again. Oh, you know, you were really such a pretty one. And I see you've gone and changed your name again. And just when I climbed this old mountainside to wash my eyelids in the rain, and so long, Mary Ann, it's time that we began to laugh and cry and cry and laugh about it all again. The letter went something like this. Well, Marianne, it's come to this time when we're so old that our bodies are really falling apart. And I think that I will follow you very shortly. Know that if you stretch out your hand, you may be able to touch me. And you know, I've always loved you for your beauty and for your wisdom. I won't say any more about that because you already know that. But for now I wish you a good journey, endless love. Goodbye, old friend. See you down the road. And so long, Mary Ann, it's time that we began to laugh and cry and cry and laugh about it all again. Thank you.
Finbar, what about it?
Well, Stephen.
I'm standing over here on the side of the stage, and our director Paul over there is telling me, I'm like, where is the bass coming from? It's coming from your voice up through the floor. Unbelievable, yeah. It takes some depth in your voice to get that deep to be singing them songs. How do you find that compared to like the other songs you're singing, like, you know?
Well, I eat glass in the mornings.
You eat glass in the mornings, okay.
It's Leonard was like nobody else that I've ever nobody else's music. His music was like nobody else because his delivery is so deep.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to understand. First of all, it's the vocal range that he has. But in order to perform it, you really need to be able to hear yourself. You really need the mic to be turned up loud. And you really need to practice deep breathing.
Right.
And I do a breathing practice every day.
Train yourself how to do it.
Yeah.
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 And does it take you long before you started singing the kind of stuff, or when did you first start getting into it? Because I don't think it's that recent, or it is recent actually since you started getting into it. You thought
It is, yeah.
a couple of years or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've only been doing it. I kind of started the Leonard journey about 2 years ago.
You're doing a whole show, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm doing a show now, but I started cold at it from about 2 years ago. And I just realised this is not the normal run of the mill.
Yeah.
This is not delivered. Leonard calls it to unfold a song, you know, and he unfolds the songs. They're not really sung. And he also speaks about singing, but almost not singing. And it's and when you do that, and then get into the emotional.
I think your delivery, the way you were doing it, was pretty. You nailed it on the head, like so to speak, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm not trying to copy him.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do is to get into the emotional space that he's in, because it's like
he's a huge audience as well, like, you know.
Huge audience.
My own mother actually absolutely loves him. Yeah.
Does she? Yeah. Good taste in music, your mother. Hi, Mom. Hi.
She's out there somewhere.
In 2010 or 29, he was the 8th biggest touring artist in the world.
Wow.
Leonard Cohen was the 8th,
yeah.
you know, in the world, like 8th biggest. That's huge. Like the tour went on for like 4 or 5 years.
Jeez.
They started out with like, well, we'll see how we get on, and the tour ran for about 4 or 5 years.
If we could get a tour for a month now, we'd be doing well.
Yeah, yeah.
Of this whole pandemic thing.
If I can get back to Mullingar without getting arrested.
I'm wondering how you're going to make I'm just looking at your set list here. You've got another couple of songs to go. And you're going to do some Elvis now, is that right? Or, sorry, no, you're going to do Frank Sinatra now, sorry.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking,
thanks.
a close.
Yeah, thank you very much. You're going to do some.
We're going to Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could probably do Elvis as well, though.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm sure you could.
But I haven't done. Yeah.
You need the white socks for the Elvis.
Yeah, my socks. Yeah. Leonard is huge for me, and going forward, it's like what I want to be doing. You know, I really hope to be doing 40 or 50 Leonard shows a year, and we'll see what else, you know.
Yeah,
but it does something for me musically and lyrically that I don't really get.
Cool, brilliant.
Look, as much as I love the other stuff,
yeah,
this is the stuff that when I'm a melancholy kind of fan. I get up on stage and I'm this guy, but when I'm not on stage, I'm very deep and reflective, and I find that
that's where your heart is. With this, that's brilliant.
And I'm making a series of little films, I'm calling them film tracks to go along with the sounds. So they'll be up on the stage when I'm performing, just to give another dimension to the show, you know.
Right. Okay. Right, look, well, I'll let you do your last couple of songs, and then we'll maybe sit down and have a bit more, and we go. You can tell us a little bit more about that and how it is. You're doing the Elvis now, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
No. Frank, that's right. We go for it.
That's
I'll
right.
leave it to you. We're talking in 2 minutes.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Stephen. So, need to change the hats. Need to put that down. So, this next song, it's actually my very first memory in my life. I was 4 years old. I went to my sister Linda, her wedding, here in Dublin the wedding was. And I remember my father sung this song at just after the dinner, or around the speech time, I think. I remember him singing it. And at 4 years old, I knew that this was a very special song. And I think it reminds lots of us of our parents or our grandparents, and has a lot of special meaning. So Are you ready, Levante? You hit this one. This is for all mammies and daddies and grandparents and people who loved us and minded us. It's called My Way. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I say it clear, I state my case, of which I am certain. I live a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Oh yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man or woman? What have they got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blow and did it my way. Thank you very much. Okay, hit it, Levante, or I'm going to get emotional here. This one is the end of the night. Pretend you're at your cousin's wedding or your own wedding or Mauro's wedding. Mauro got married on the 1st of March. It was a beautiful Hungarian bride. So if I'd have done your wedding at the end of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, everybody be drunk, get in a circle, and we do this song. It's a bit lighter, it's a bit fun. It's a love song about a city that never sleeps. Hit it, please. Bring it up. Woo! Put your arm around whoever it is that you love. Hey, up. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up with a stripper that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill. Yeah, and she's in a heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York. Ba, ba, da, da. Hey! New York, New York. I wanna wake up with twin sisters that never sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the list, a number one, the twins in a heap. These little town blues, they are melting away, and I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York. Wow. Thank you very much. Woo. Thank you, you're so kind, you're wonderful.
What about it? Will we sit down and have an old yap about them now? Yeah, we'll leave that out of the way. I have to say, I think absolutely you deserve one.
I think I hid a bottle of vodka over here somewhere.
There's some alcohol in that, yeah?
Yeah.
You'd need it.
Uh-huh.
It was a great show. I really enjoyed it. It's my first time seeing you playing live, as I say, in person, like being the one in the audience sitting on the seats, apart from the full crew that we have here. It went well for you, yeah?
Yeah. I think so.
Now, come here and I ask you a few questions, if you don't mind me. I don't even know where you're from.
I'm from Waterford, born and reared in Waterford. And then I took off when I was about 20, and I went around, headed off a good bit, a long time, never really got back to live in Waterford.
Right.
And now I live in Mullingar these last, 12 years or something like that. I bought a house in Mullingar about 12 years ago, so I'm kind of there now.
And what did you do before you started getting into the music industry? Because you told me that you're kind of a latecomer, so to speak, even though you're in the music industry 20 years, you said, was that, or something like myself, like, you know?
Yeah.
So what did you do before that?
When I left school, I was a bricklayer. Started my time as a bricklayer, like I believe you did.
That's right, yeah.
Then I spent 7 years selling financial services, life insurance, pensions, mortgages.
Bit easier than on the 12?
Yeah, well, it just happened, just happened. And then I came back here. I left England and came back here, and I decided I didn't want to do either anymore, and I decided I wanted to get into music. I thought radio first, but I always liked to sing, and I knew I had a voice, so I said I'd be a singer, yeah.
And when did you kind of discover that you did have the voice and you were able to sing, like, because I suppose there's a part in everybody's, anybody who sings, there's a time when they realise, I'm actually able to hit these notes and I'm able to get it going properly, like, and get a bit of attention that people like it, When did that happen to you?
Well, I was always singing, but I never sang. I never performed. Like, I was just singing all the time. I remember when I was an apprentice, the fella I'd be serving me time with telling me to shut up singing and work, like. And I'd be saying, but I'm working and singing, just shut up with the singing, he'd be saying to me, you know. And then when I was around 30, I was living in England, and my friend that was sharing the house with me at the time said that there was friends of his getting a band together and they needed a singer. Was I interested? I said, yeah. And I went and I met them, and they were kind of doing blues. And one of the guys mentioned a song by a band called Living Colour. The song was Love Rears Up Its Ugly Head. And it's a huge number, you know.
Yeah.
And
you joined the band?
Yeah. Well, band never did that. You know,
Yeah,
rehearsed
like that was your
times, you know.
That was the beginning of your trade
was
in the
the
music
beginning,
industry, so to speak.
Yeah,
that was
that
your
was- Yeah.
first band you played. And did you play with a couple of bands before you went solo, or when did that happen? Or
When I came back here, then nothing really happened, and then I saw an ad in the Westmeath Examiner for singers to come and about a musical that they were going to do in the Arts Centre, and I ended up getting one of the lead roles in Chess. I don't know if you've ever seen Chess, the music, but I played the American. Like, this was my first gig now, you know, and they just did a major refit on the theatre, and I get to play one of the leads in this huge production, and it was great, you know.
did you go on the road with that, or was that just based on one
we did
theatre?
14 nights in Mullingar, I think.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. And then I got to sing with a blues band. There was a brass section blues band in Mullingar, so I got to sing with them for a while. And I was doing it with a guy called Mickey Toohey. Mickey and me used to do a little bit very early on. And then the band threw me out.
Where did they throw you out?
I didn't fit in. I'm too forthright, you know. I kind of, you'd have to ask them.
So there's a bit of history behind it.
Of course there's history. You don't get ahead like this without history. And then a guy called Joe Meehan taught me a couple of chords, and Vince Hughes, who was the guitar player in that band, lent me a guitar and taught me a few more, and I played it till my fingers bled. Really did. In the summer of '99, I just played 8-10 hours a day. I played it. I was terrible. I mean, awful. I hadn't a clue it was awful, but I thought of all the really untalented people I've seen on stages, and I thought, well, if they can do it, I'm not going to name anybody. If they can do it, I can do it. And then that December, I got a gig down in Fuerteventura, and I spent 2 months in Fuerteventura. Like, I've been playing guitar for 10 months, and I went off and did 2 months in Fuerteventura. And that was it then. Didn't go back. I stayed on the road then after that.
And when you kind of...
America, went to...
Oh, you did? Okay, so you did a bit of touring around the world with that as well. Oh, was there anyone, when you started off, like, there was anyone, like, that you were, trying to... There was mentoring you, or you were copying off, or there was guiding you, I suppose, on what way to go, or what route to go, or did you just kind of make that decision yourself, or...
At first, it was learn the guitar.
Yeah.
You know, that was the ticket to independence. And then a friend of mine called Jim Donoghue, who played drums in that band, he was Christy Moore's tour manager for about 10 years leading up to Christy's first big gig in the Point.
Well,
and Jim was really, really good for me. You know, he told me what I was not. Like, I'm not a musician. I'm an entertainer. I'm a singer. I'm not a musician. And that was a really big distinction for me, because it allowed me not to worry about the music and to focus on engaging, connect with people, you know. Jim was really influential for me. And after that, you know, you meet people along the way, you bump into somebody and they say, you know, you should try this, or have you considered this, or...
It's probably a good question just there that you're pointing out about being entertaining and that, like, you know, when someone asks you, do you love singing or do you love entertaining? There's a bit of a difference between the two of them, isn't it? Do you love singing or do you love entertaining? Do you like to do a bit of both, or would you...
I love singing in front of people.
Yeah.
I do.
So you do like the singing?
I do.
Yeah.
I really do. It's nice on camera too.
Because you are an entertainer as well, like, and
yeah,
obviously, like, you know,
I would primarily consider myself to be an entertainer.
Yeah.
But music is my medium. Like, I did some acting. I'm not an actor. You know, it's not my medium. I can't really become other people, you know. But music, I just like music.
Brilliant.
You know, I like singing songs. The songs that I pick are meaningful. They mean something to me. I never sing songs I don't like, you know. So I think it is a big distinction, and I think I'm an entertainer who sings.
Now I have to ask you this question because it was asked in one of the comments because we're live on several
Right.
social media pages and that right now, as you can see. What does it say on your socks? Do you want to know?
What's it say on my socks? On here?
Yeah, it says something.
Well,
We want to know what it is.
Well, I think it's a misquote, right? Because it says, behind every angry woman is a man who has no idea what he did wrong. Okay? Now, I think it should be, behind every man is an angry woman who has no idea what she's doing wrong. But, you know, I couldn't get those socks. So, my beloved, you'll get the
Some
fuck.
people might beg the difference, I suppose, if you get
Yeah.
it going down.
So I hope that clears it up for you out there in social media land.
You did another thing, the Tinker's course with Michael Harding you told me about. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, the Tinker's Course was, well, Michael has since published 3 of the biggest selling books in Ireland. And this was his last one-man play that he did. And I would sit beside him, like he was standing and I was just sitting on a chair, kind of in the dark. And every so often I would play a song, just sit there with the acoustic guitar, not plugged in or anything. And the songs punctuated the story that he was telling. It was a really, really sad and beautiful story. And he was a huge influence on me. Like, to watch such a talented actor and performer and writer deliver this hour and 45 minute basically monologue every night and always say the same words but yet deliver them differently every night depending on who was in the room. That was an incredible experience, and I was like, I don't know, like a disciple on the stage. I just felt really, really privileged. And God,
I learned a lot from that then, yeah.
I really did, yeah, I really, really did. You know, Michael would get into the space really early. He loved to be in the room early, and he would sit in all the seats, and he would, you know, get sound check really as early as he could. And I soaked up so much from working with him. It was a pleasure. And then I recorded the songs. I never considered myself a musician, so a friend of mine, a Polish guy named Simon Semperski, played guitar on those. I must do something with that collection of songs. You know, I have them in my Dropbox and I never do anything with them.
Yeah, you sent me some
So,
good stuff there, some quite old stuff there, which I was surprised to see, like, you know.
yeah,
Ballads and stuff in there as well. What?
yeah, some lovely songs, yeah. Yeah, it brought me into a whole different aspect. Like me singing Hail Gloria St. Patrick, like, you know, did you hear that? That's on
I
there
did
as well.
listen to that one,
That's
actually,
on
no.
there, yeah. A cappella. Hail Gloria St. Patrick, a cappella, yeah.
And how do you find the difference even like when you're playing? Because there's songs when you're playing when you are playing, which was Marianne, you just playing the guitar for that, and when you're playing going from a backing track to playing with the guitar and then back to the backing track. I've never really played with backing tracks myself there. Is it difficult to go from that huge sound to bring it right back down and then go back into it again, or just out of interest and just
I've been using backing tracks for about 10 years, and I was really nervous with them at first, and I was like, well, this is cheating and da-da-da. But very early on I realised, I remember coming home one night and thinking, nobody said, where's the band? You know, and that was really like, you know, that started to play with me. And over time, I guess I've brought stuff in. But this is, for the Leonard show, it's the first time that I've really engaged with full tracks, semi-tracks, and no tracks. You know, and it's interesting, you know. And another thing with Michael Harding is, if you're going on stage on your own doing one-man shows, you need to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You need to rehearse. You know, this is not amateur time. Like, this is not what you're doing in your bedroom or showing your mates or something. Like, you know, you really, really need to practice. And
you did a show here before, didn't you? You did,
yeah.
The Leonard Cohen.
Yeah.
You did your show. Was that show that you've been telling me about? Is that
Yeah.
one you did here before? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't see all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is your second time in this particular movement, this stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how's it been then as the second time round?
I sure it's slowly.
It must be easier the second time round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should turn the cameras on yourselves and show who you are.
Yeah.
Scientologists are like the cloak and dagger, and there's all freakiness about Scientology, but they're like 2 hands, 2 legs, 1 head, 2 eyes, 2 ears, nose, mouth. Can't see the nose and the mouth behind the masks, but regular enough looking. Yeah, long hair. Adrian has long hair. It's really nice. It's like, RTE, you're not ringing me up and saying, come on, Finn, do you want to come up and do the gig on Friday night? Like, I'm not getting any calls. So I'm really grateful to Scientology Ireland for this.
As we are, right?
And it facilitated loads and loads of people. Like, and they're going out making videos for lads, walking around the streets of Dublin. And, you know, you shot the Olympia Panto, was it? Did you do the Panto in the Olympia as well?
That was fun. Yeah.
Like, they did the Panto in the Olympia, shot it, edited the whole deal. So, you know, I'm really grateful to be here.
And tell me a little bit, because you asked me to actually ask you about recreating your whole way of playing music now. I know we don't want to talk about like the COVID and the pandemic and all that, because we don't want to dive down into giving out about it as such, like, because we could be here all night doing that. But just tell us what you wanted me to ask you about your change with going digital and going online and doing things like that. Anyway, like, you know, what route are you taking? Because you touched on it a little bit earlier when we were in between songs.
Well, I realised that I have no interest or competency in social media. Okay, I have social media accounts. They kind of just go along by themselves. I'm not able to manipulate Facebook because you have to either manipulate them or pay them. It doesn't seem to work for me. But what I have done is I've been interested in films for a long time. I've been watching lots of films for kind of 20 years ago. I really got into watching films. And I'd come home from gigging and watch a film. Like, you know, you come home at 3 o'clock in the morning, wired. All I do is watch a film, the Godfather trilogy, go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning or something. And so
Godfather trilogy, you'd watch them all.
Yeah. Yes.
They're pretty long movies to watch them after the gig, all right?
Yeah, I've done that, yeah. Yeah, after maybe a 5-night run or something, and you're wired and you can't sleep.
The wind down.
So I've been studying film, so during this period off the road, I finally got to experiment with software, with like editing and putting film together, and with editing audio as well. You know, I before all this started, I had a basic clue on how to record stuff, but with the time that it's given us, now I'm able to record, and now I could have somebody come and I could record them and set them up and get really nice sound and mix it for them, mix my own stuff. And that's then the competency that I got from that software. I'm applying to video software, and it's lovely. Like, you know, I'm making some stuff that I just wouldn't have imagined I'd be capable of.
So it's really going to benefit you when we get back out and
I hope so.
back playing.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And either way, look, it's kept me sane. You know, it's kept me. I don't drink. I don't have any mad vices. I'm at home in a small space. It's been an escape. And I've made some videos that I'm really, really proud of. I'm like, wow, lovely. And they're kind of like just to accompany the music without being, they're not linear versions of what I'm singing. They're just stuff, you know, random enough stuff. So when I go back to music, I don't fancy being on the road all weekend, being in, you know, where drink is the central thing, where the entertainment comes in late, you know, you get noticed at about 12 and then it's time to go, and, you know, getting home late at night. I just don't fancy it anymore.
Tend to before I probably drink more now myself than I ever did, because I was always driving to a gig.
Yeah.
And see the drunk people when you finish the gig and having to deal with that.
Yeah, trying to get your stuff out.
They can put you off it anyway, like, you know.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know what I'm going to do next.
Who does, yeah?
Yeah, who does? It'll be interesting to see how when. Yeah. But it will open up again.
Yeah.
And take, you know, the wheel turns, like, for sure it's going to open up again. For sure we're going to get on, you know.
We have to entertain. We have to get on the road again. I know we're doing it digitally and we're doing it online and we're doing it on platforms, but we need to. People need it as well. They want to get back to it, you know.
Yeah,
Or we will.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, in some shape or form. So I don't know. 20 years ago when I started, I wanted to take on the world. Now I don't care about the world. I just want to entertain who wants to come on a journey with me for a few hours. You know, let's go on a journey through music and word, and we'll see what'll happen. You know,
I've been asked we do totally different genres of music. And we've been asked to do a song together on very, very late notice as well. And we were thinking about a song, is that right?
Well,
You had mentioned one, and then we went to another, and then 2 minutes before the cameras went, and we decided on a song. So this is going to be very, very well rehearsed.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned it, didn't you? Did you ask me did I know that song?
yeah,
Dirty Old Town.
yeah,
And that Irish song, did you ask me what that was?
yeah. What is that? Is that an Irish song? Is it?
It's known as an
It's a
Irish
seamless
song.
link.
I believe it's known as an Irish song, but it's you wanted to tell me about it.
No,
Tell us.
come on.
Written by a Scotsman
Yeah,
about a place in England,
yeah. Manchester,
Manchester, Salford, isn't that right?
Salford. Yeah.
And known as an Irish song.
I used to have a girlfriend in Salford one time.
Oh yeah?
True story. Yeah, Trisha was her name. Yeah.
Will we give it a blast? Will we do? I don't know what way we're gonna do it. I'm gonna
Give
plug
it a
in this.
blast.
I'm gonna plug in this guitar.
Yeah, mandolin, can you?
Sound right? Can I do what? No.
Play the mandolin, no?
I could tip away with it, but it'd be no good for doing this.
Ta ta ta. Thanks, Paul.
So
Captain on the bridge.
we're gonna give Dirty Old Town a blast. What way are we going to do it?
KG, I'd say, is
We'll do the KG and well, I started off since we've never rehearsed, and then maybe let you off to do thank you very much, Paul.
harmonica over there, is that?
I don't know. Thank you very much. Yep. I'll just fix it myself.
Let's try it, right?
Here we go. Oh, did you drop something? It's only money. Okay, we have sounds. 222. Will I start it off? I met my love by the gasworks wall. I dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Take it away.
The clouds are drifting across the moon. Cats are prowling on their beat, and spring's a girl in the street at night. A dirty old town, it was a dirty old town. I heard a siren from the docks. I saw a train set the night on fire. I smelled the smoke from the smoky pit. Dirty old town, it was a dirty old town. Oh, am I going to play it? Yep. And kiss my girl by the factory wall. A dirty old town, it was a dirty old town. I'm going to make me a big sharp axe, shining steel, tempered in the fire, and I'll chop you down like an old dead tree. A dirty old town, it was a dirty old town. And I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal.
By the old canal.
And I kiss my girl,
I kiss my girl
by the factory wall.
by the factory wall.
A dirty old town. It was a dirty old town.
Dirty
Old town. It was a dirty old town.
Thank you very much, Finbar. It's really an absolute pleasure to have you here. Thank you to everybody here as well. And folks, if you're tuning in again next week, we're going to do the same again next week, and we're going to have two brothers, and they're called the Finns, if you want to check them out beforehand, and we're going to have them here on the stage again. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your night. We've had a ball tonight, haven't we? Yeah.
Thanks, Stephen.
See you then, lads. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.